And I'm back. More Spirit of Justice. Been a few days since I've recorded this, so I might not have the lay of the land in this game so far, but we're finishing up talking to the High Priest's wife, and we'll see what we can get out of her now that we've opened her Magatama. Are you ready to tell me the truth now? I admit the warning was sent to my husband, but he was not an insurgent. Then why'd you keep it a secret? Because the authorities might have suspected him of being one if I hadn't. I guess that makes sense. If the rebel hunter was after him, I can see how people might at least suspect. We are a Koreanist kingdom. As such, rising up against the monarchy is the same as blaspheming Koreanism itself. Your husband was a devout priest of Koreanism, and you feared that his good name would be tarnished if he went public. Yes. That makes sense, but is it the honest truth? What if the High Priest really was a rebel? The rebel hunter would have had motive to kill him. Still, this just doesn't feel like the right time to ask her about it. Could you tell me a little more about the warning letter? It arrived 3 days before the purification rite. We woke up that morning, or when we woke up, it was already beside our bed. It was by the side of your bed? Yes. With the whole house locked up tight. And yet, someone still managed to slip in. It was so frightening, wasn't it, dear? But you didn't contact the police? Because you didn't want them to suspect your husband of being a rebel. That's right. If only we told the police, maybe Taras might have still been alive. Oh, lovely wife, no need to fret, my dear. My only regret is that I left you all alone. Barbed head! That's quite enough. Yeah, you're probably right. Mrs. Indy, I'm sorry to have bothered you at such a difficult time. Don't be silly. I'm happy if I have helped. Your benevolence. May you swiftly shine light upon the truth. Barbed head. You seem bent on casting suspicion upon Lady Kira. And by doing so, you seek to deflect the blame from the real killer, Maya Fey. That is the only logical conclusion. I'm in no position to disprove her at this point. If only I could find something to support my theory that the High Priest was a rebel. The only other person who might know more about it is Maya. I might be done questioning her by now. Maybe I'll stop by the detention center. My mother has said what? It seems that I must go. Did something happen? Yes. My mother has decreed that a rite shall be held for the High Priest's passing, and that she shall conduct the prayer of lament therein. Her Eminence has so decreed, has she? But she should not concern herself with a humble priest like my husband. No, it is only natural considering his meritorious service. The rite will be held at the palace. You are to accompany me there at once, Lady Belieb. Thank you, Your Benevolence. My husband is most delighted too. How wonderful it is for you. Direct decree from the Queen. Must be quite an honor. Barbed head, you are coming as well. Huh? But I don't have much time left to investigate. As the one charged with monitoring you, you must remain within my sight at all times. Besides, it will take but a moment. Now come along! Ugh. Arguing the point will only make things worse. I'd better let her have her way this time. Oh dear. Oh god. Well, oh shit. Welcome, Lady Believe. Oh. So this is the Queen of Karayan? What is wrong with you, barbed head? Show some respect. Should I bow or prostrate myself? No, it is quite all right. Stay as you are. Mother. Your Eminence, I would like to give thanks to you. You honor both me and my husband. His exemplary service deserves to be honored. Oh, but what a terribly trying time this must be for you. May my prayer comfort your soul, and that of your dearly departed husband. Nothing would please me more. Your Eminence, your words are wasted on my humble husband and I. Now that's what I call commanding presence. So you are the lawyer of whom my daughter speaks. Yes, I'm very honored to make your noble acquaintanceship. I'm humbled to bask in your resplendence. Did I overdo it? I have no idea how to talk to a queen. May the Holy Mother's blessing be upon you. Now then, Lady Believe, let us go to the Chamber of Prayer. Rayfa, you are to accompany us too. Yes, Mother. She's seriously something else. The Prayer of Lament, huh? Don't see how that'll do any good. It's Justice Minister Inga. Who are you, buddy? Nice to see you again, Minister. Again? We met? I'm Phoenix Wright. We met in the accused lobby the other day. Oh, right. Blue suit, jagged hair. You're that lawyer who brought my daughter down a peg or two. Your daughter? Yeah? Rayfa. He's Rayfa's father? So he's Queen Garon's husband. You planning on sticking your fat nose in this one too? The accused is a good friend of mine. Like I said the last time, you better watch yourself, see? Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? You wanna question me? That'd be great. You got balls for a lawyer. Guess I'll play along a bit. But I got things to do, see? So we'll have to talk while I work. I wanted to let you know that I'll be the defense lawyer on this case, too. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. You only won last time because that idiotic prosecutor filed false charges. But it's gonna be a different story this time. I got Karayan's top prosecutor on this one, see? I don't care who I go up against. I'm going to prove my client innocent. You haven't forgotten that little thing called the DC Act, have you? Blow this one and you'll suffer the same fate as the accused. How could I forget? You lawyers are all the same. You strut your stuff until the DC Act comes down hard. Then you start begging and pleading for your lives. It's really hard to watch, I tell you. Well, I don't plan on letting it come to that. Were you the one who wrote the DC Act? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. What's it to you? Either way, as Justice Minister, I'm going to enforce that thing! Started as a way to counter dirty tricks of your trade, like falsified evidence. But it turned out to be quite handy. Efficient, even. Handy? Efficient? Yeah, made my job real easy. Any goons who cross me or the Guran administration are gonna get just what they deserve. Especially this rebel scum. You can get away with that here? Better watch your mouth, lawyer. I enforce the law in Rite, see? And being that I'm the queen's husband, that makes me king! No, I'm pretty sure the queen is the boss around here. Go on, say what you're thinking so I can charge you with today's majesty. I can't get myself arrested now. Listen up, lawyer. We got a low crime rate and a populace that lives in peace. And that's all thanks to the DC Act, so I don't want to hear any more lip about it. I can't defend my client unless I speak my mind. Even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered. What's that supposed to mean? Let's just say, I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch it if I were you. 'Cause you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dupes. Say, White, you know what these are? No, what? Orders of execution. They really pile up if I start slacking off. What? And tomorrow, I'll have even more work to do, processing the one for your little friend. And if you really do a defender, I'll have to add one more to the pile for you. But you're not stupid enough to waste your life on a criminal, are you? Oh, he's wasted years on my... Don't worry, I'll make sure to lighten your workload, Inga. And I'll give you a single execution order to sign tomorrow. I have returned, Barbed Head. Your benevolence. Are you done with the rite? Yes. It was performed flawlessly. Lady Believe stayed behind to speak with Mother. Hope this will help her ease her sorrow, even just a little. So, you've been speaking with my father? You could say that. My father is a great man. He works tirelessly to keep the peace in our kingdom. Khura'in, as it stands today, owes everything to the efforts of my mother and father. You should feel deeply honored. Under normal circumstances, they would have never spoken so readily to a lawyer. Of course. Seems Rayfa doesn't know what her father's really like. Well, now that we're done here, let's go see if I can talk to Maya now. Well, shit. Oh, it's you, Nick. Maya, are you okay? The questioning wasn't too harsh, was it? No, I'm alright. How about you? Make any progress? Well, I haven't found any conclusive evidence to prove your innocence, but I've got a small lead. Really? And for right now, I'd like to ask you about the High Priest. Sure. Ask away. By the way, what's the princess doing with you still, Nick? Doesn't she have anything better to do? Doesn't seem like it. I heard that! How rude. Of course I have many other things I could be doing. just a thought, but do you think the High Priest could have been a rebel? Rebel? Why would you think that? Because if he was, then the rebel hunter would have had a motive to kill him. What? Uh-oh, she overheard me. What idiocy is this? Abbot in me a rebel? It is beyond the pale. My mother has offered the prayer of layman to his soul. That is the sort of person he was. Alright, I was just raising the possibility. I will not listen to such tomfoolery! Oh, she's gone now. She stormed out. Well, nothing we can do about that. Do you recall the High Priest doing anything suspicious? Come to think of it, he seemed unusually restless during the rite. He kept glancing up at the sky. I have no idea why. He was restless and kept looking up? That doesn't really tell us much, does it? Anything else come to mind? Sorry. That's about it. Guess that's all I'm gonna learn about the High Priest right now. But there is one thing I should follow up on. About what you said earlier. Why can't you tell anyone you're able to channel spirits? Oh, that. Do you know how the queens are also spirit mediums here? I heard. It's kind of a shock at first, though. In Kurainism, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it. I see, so spirit channeling is a symbol of power or authority? I guess I can see why it would look bad if a nobody from another country were able to do it. Spirit channeling in the Kurain tradition was developed from a Kurainist style that was brought to the US via Japan. But it seems like my clan's spiritual power is greater than your average Kurainese. Might be a quirk due to how our styles diverge, but I don't really know. So spirit channeling is a power possessed only by the queens of Kurain. It's a power that somehow made its way down to the line to Maya. And I guess that makes Queen Guran and Princess Rayfa distant relatives? Anyway, it's not like there's some kind of rule about it. It's just, I'd rather it not have become an issue or something. That's why mediums who come here to train hide the fact they can channel spirits. I see. I had no idea it was so complicated. Either way, training here is a must to fulfill the qualification to become master. What is this qualification to become master? To be able to channel spirits into one's body of one's own volition and without fail every time. Remember how my spirit channeling was always hit and miss? I only ever succeeded about 30% of the time. Yeah, it was more like spirits possessed her as opposed to channeling them. So you could do it every single time now, whenever you want? Mm-hmm. At least, I think. You think? Well, I haven't actually tried channeling anyone since completing my training here. But once I get back home, I plan on taking the final spirit medium test. Well, I'll have to try channeling one spirit after another in a marathon session. Only those who pass the test are worthy of becoming master, huh? Yeah, but I know I can do it. I'm going to ace that test and become the next master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down. Right. Maya's the next big hope of Kurain Village. It's got to be a lot of pressure. So speaking of similarities, I've noticed another similarity between our countries. I saw a show on TV that reminded me of the Steel Samurai. Oh, you must mean the Plumed Punisher, warrior of the Neo-Twilight realm. So you already seen it? You really don't miss a beat. Actually, it was their benevolence who told me about it. There's not a single person in Kurain who does not know of it. Oh, your benevolence, you're back. As a royal priestess, I am charged with monitoring your movements. So I have changed my mind. For in order to fulfill my duty, I must not avert my ears, not even from your blasphemous theories. Her sense of duty is commendable, but I wouldn't mind if she backed off a little bit. Great timing, Your Benevolence. There's actually something I wanted to show the both of you. Show off? Sure seems excited. Yep. Ta-da! What's that? It's an ultra-rare plumed Punisher strap. There's only one of them in the real world, the whole world. It was specially made to promote the TV show. You're the owner of that? Don't tell me you're a plumed Punisher fan too, Your Benevolence. No. Of course not. Only little children watch that show. I have no interest in such things. Right. I'm telling the truth. Sure, let's just leave it at that. Again, I love it when she's just shaking and being just inconsolable. It's like, so how'd you get your hands on that? I found a kindred spirit in a Plumed Punisher fan. Resulted in an exchange of cultures transcending national borders. And by culture exchange, you mean you swapped swag. You bet! I traded my Steel Samurai watch for this. It's a super rare watch that plays the Steel Samurai theme song when the alarm goes off. My newfound Kuraini's friend was so happy, I got this one-of-a-kind strap in return. Guess there are people who like that wherever you go, even here in Kurain. Watch this. When you press the Magatama on her belt, it plays the show's theme song. Sounds just like the Steel Samurai theme song. What are you talking about? Can't you hear the folk instruments in the intro and the exotic tones? Plus, the Steel Samurai has Japanese taiko drums. In the intro. It's a little different, you know. Right. Guess my ears just aren't as good as yours. Anyway, I've got this amazing idea for a new show. The Plumed Punisher versus the Steel Samurai. I totally pitch it to some TV stations when I get back home. It's gonna be a huge hit. Right, Your Benevolence? I have no interest in such things. Well, if nothing else, talking about the Plumed Punisher has thankfully cheered her up a bit. It's getting late. Try to get some sleep, okay, Maya? Leave tomorrow to me. Okay. Thanks, Nick. I think I've covered just about everything. Time to head back to the temple and go over everything I've learned so far. It's getting late. It won't be long until sundown. Mr. Rite, Your Benevolence. Are you done with your investigation for today? Pretty much. I thought I'd go over what I learned so far. Here to join me? Yes! Please allow me to help! Okay, first, we know the High Priest received a warning letter 3 days ago. It was from someone claiming to be Lady Kira, and it told him not to perform the rite. That's right. It was the Rebel Hunter, but what of it? That's what I'm not sure of yet. Why would Lady Kira want to stop the rite? If you could solve that mystery... Right. I could figure out her motive for killing the High Priest. Or threatening the High Priest. It might be the break I need. But I just don't know enough right now to act on it. How unfortunate for you, Barbed Head. Your only hope is pure speculation. That shall not stand up in the Hall of Justice. You have no actual proof of Lady Kira's involvement in the crime, after all. Yeah, the warning letter alone can't prove who killed the High Priest. I'll give you one last chance to withdraw before you're charged under the DC Act. Your Benevolence! Well, it is true you did not forge or suppress any evidence. That is, perhaps a product of my careful monitoring of your every move. I wasn't planning on doing anything like that in the first place. But I am going to prove Maya's innocence within the confines of the law. How can you be so sure you will? Because of my undying faith in my clients. That's a lawyer's greatest weapon. What nonsense. You have chosen to dig your own grave. When next we meet, it shall be in the Hall of Justice. As royal priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth through divination seance. This time, I will prove that the insights I glean therein and thereof are the very truth itself. Prepare yourself, for this shall be your last trial, and your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headman's axe. Yeesh. Tomorrow, I'll be defending Maya in that so-called Hall of Justice again. That whole seance thing makes trials here completely different from back home. Plus, I don't have a shred of conclusive evidence. On the other hand, I've got plenty of confusion and anxiety to spare. I'll have to think of something. After all, I'm the only lawyer in all of Khura'in. I have to do this. I will do this. I'll prove Maya's innocence if it's the last thing I do. Whew. Alright. So we're at the trial phase, and we'll get to that in the next episode. Thanks for watching.